Award-winning filmmaker Darren Aronofsky is best known for Black Swan, The Wrestler, Requiem for Your Dream, and The Whale. He's back with his second book, Monster Club, Monsters Take Manhattan, along with his screenwriting partner, Ari Handel, and best-selling author Lance Rubin. Thank you all so much for your time today.
Thanks for having us, Rudy.
Great to be here.
Darren, let's go ahead and start with you. The first book was all about growing up and letting go. The second one, he leaves Coney Island. Eric moves to Manhattan. Tell me a little bit about what we're going to see in the story.
Well, it's interesting. We left the first book off where Eric and his friends, the Monster Club, saved Coney Island from the unleashed monsters on the world. And now in Eric's personal life, his parents are getting separated, and his mom has moved him to Manhattan. And so kind of a big question is, can friendship survive a 45-minute train ride?
For kids and for adults too. You know, that's a question for everybody.
And relationships.
And relationships. All right, let's talk a little bit about maybe some of the inspiration, especially with Coney Island, some of these 80s vibes that I get, especially thinking of like the movie Gremlins or Stranger Things, as far as what we see in the story.
Well, totally. The Goonies, Gremlins vibe was exactly what, we were going for. That's what Darren and I both grew up in that era. Those are the movies we watched, and we were drawn to it. Yeah. The specifics of this, the Coney Island, the middle school in particular, Nathan's Hot Dogs, all that stuff comes out of like where Darren grew up, really, really close to there, and it's a big part of his childhood and his nostalgia. So this was a story that like was pulled very from personal stuff from his experiences. He went to the middle school that Eric goes to, for instance. So that's what it all came around from that childhood 80s kind of movie and Darren's life, which was fun to bring it to life.
Lance, let's talk a little bit about this being a collaborative effort, because, we get to see Eric and his journey and his friends and how they change. And, as adults, we all have that kind of, memory of changing schools, our friends growing apart, have, things going on with our parents. Tell me a little bit about not only your experiences, but having this as part of a team effort.
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely. That is the heart of the book. Both the first book and the second book, it's like, who am I? Who are my friends? Should I keep my old friends? What about these new friends? Figuring all of that out. And as far as joining the collaboration between these two longtime best friends, it was really great. I mean, I'd already been fans of both of them and their amazing work before joining the team. So I came in very excited, and it exceeded my expectations. They're great collaborators. Mixing all of our creative minds together was just really exciting and fun. And we wrote this story that is both dealing with these themes of friendship, but also you got magic and it's action and monsters. And it's I think it really is an alchemy of both those things in this beautiful way.
Darren, how did growing up in Coney Island influence you as far as becoming a filmmaker, becoming a writer, using your imagination? Tell me a little bit about that influence of the area for you.
Well, just the whole kind of aesthetic vibe of Coney Island, which is this decaying amusement park that had this very historical background. It was just a very rich place to kind of grow up because of all the stories of the streets, the types of people who visited there, from Houdini to Thomas Edison to, I mean, the list goes on and on. I remember when I was very early doing research, right when I was starting my filmmaking career, being in a cafe, and Cyndi Lauper was there. So like everyone's been there. Cyndi Lauper's been there. But it's an amazing background to have something that's that at one point was the most famous place in America, maybe in the world. It was like, as far as an amusement center, and then just to see it decaying, and now it's sort of coming back. There's just a great history and something to really dig into and make part of your identity.
Ari, I want to ask you, as far as this project, working with Darren, you've worked on so many amazing films, but this is geared a little, skewing a little bit younger for that next generation of film lovers. Tell me a little bit about how this project was different for you, versus some of the other things that you guys have worked on.
Well, definitely. So it started as a screenplay. But even that was a little bit different because it was definitely more of a kid-friendly screenplay than some of the other films, and that was actually great. Every time we do something that is a little bit different from what we've done before, we've done that a lot, it's always really super rewarding because you get to stretch a different part of your creativity, but you also get to express a different part of yourself, and we all have a kid inside of us still that you want to keep alive, and so this kind of we got to access that, and that was really a joy.
Lance, as far as a part 3, we know there's a part 1, a part 2. Anything in the works that we can?
Like, Rudy, I will say the book ends with a cliffhanger. There is a road forward for book 3. We just hope enough people are reading the book, telling their friends about the book, buying the book, going to bookstores everywhere to tell them, I want this book. Then perhaps we will make that 3rd book. So that's what we're hoping.
Awesome. Fingers crossed, because we love the first one. We're excited for the second one, which is in stores now. And then Darren, final thing here. I'm heading to Las Vegas in a couple of weeks, and I was looking for things to do, and I saw your name on one of the biggest, newest attractions there. Tell me a little bit about this project that you have there with the Sphere.
Yeah, so most people have heard about the Sphere. We're lucky to basically make the first piece of content for the inside of the Sphere. So whenever U2 or whatever band is playing Fish is not playing, we're playing. We made a 50-minute long movie called Postcard from Earth, and it's just, I guess it's a nature documentary on steroids. It's we took this brand new camera that has an incredible resolution to every continent on the planet, and shot some beautiful stuff. And it's pretty transformative in the sense that you're not really sure where you are while you're watching the film. So please go check out Postcard from Earth.
Awesome. I definitely cannot wait to check that out. Cannot wait to check out the second book in this series, Monster Club, Monsters Take Manhattan, in stores now. Darren, Lance, and Ari, thank you so much for your time today.
Thanks,
Thank
Rudy.
you, Rudy.